The word I didn't like in that question was wrong. Okay. Is it okay if we do that? It would have been easier, but so thanks whoever wrote that. But so in Colossians chapter 3, Colossians chapter 3 and verse 10, Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians. Colossians chapter 3 and in verse 10, it says this. And have put on the new self, which is being renewed in the knowledge after the image of its creator. Here there is no Greek or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all and in all. And you have kind of a parallel verse to that over in Galatians chapter 3 as well. And it says there, and then I'll go and come back and answer that question, but I'm going to set this as a bit of the framework. In Galatians chapter 3, verse 27, it says, for as many of you as were baptized into Christ have put on Christ. There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither is there slave nor free. There is no male or female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And if you are Christ, you are Abraham's offspring, heirs according to the promise. So, in Christ, there is none in Christ. Right? So I hope you understand that in Christ there isn't. I didn't know that question really was going to be when I was talking on Sunday about, you've got the Greek contingent and you've got the Japanese guy and then you got the biker and Ed who can't ride a bike and then you've got you guys from Syria and from Egypt and, So here's what I would say. If the purpose of a church being separated by race or ethnicity, if the foundational reason for doing that is because of language, we have a Chinese church because the people don't know English, right? Not much point in coming here on a Sunday morning because last time I checked, the guy doesn't speak that language, right? So you know what? I've got some grace for that. I've got some understanding for that, and understanding how that might be profitable and might be helpful. Okay, but I don't believe that that's in the context of in general. I would say a multi-ethnic church is what we are because we're no different in Christ. We're all one in Christ. But here's where I would say there's an interesting thing that we've never really taken hold of as a church yet. And you understand we haven't been around that long, but the way that as a church, we will prepare people in our church who come out of a Hindu background to reach Hindus will be different than the way, as far as teaching evangelism, than the way we prepare people to reach their Muslim friend or their Chinese family that's come out of, or their, right? But I don't believe you form different churches to accomplish that. I think there's things you do for that. So is it wrong? Not wrong like sin, but I think we don't need those divisions. Those divisions aren't necessarily helpful. And some of you in this room have talked to me about churches you've come out of, and part of it is because we were in a church that was ethnic, and we want to be part of this. And I think this is go into all the world and preach the gospel. So, but the way, not the message of the gospel. The message of the gospel is exactly the same in who Jesus is and all the rest. But coming to the person's point of need will be different depending on what the person's come from.
Yeah.
Right.